And welcome to Roadside Notes. I'm Christopher, the Route 66 Chaplain, and these are readings from the Faith and Good Courage Journal found at faithandgoodcourage.com. These are stories from and for the road, a little grace for the miles ahead, and reminders that hope still travels with us. This journal, Rule 66 Kindness, is from my entry on February 26, 2026. Rule 66 Kindness is not loud. It does not announce itself with signs or slogans. Most of the time, it looks like slowing down when everyone else is rushing past. It looks like noticing what's right in front of you and deciding not to look away. I believe that is the work I am called to do, not because it earns points or proves belief, but because it leaves people better than I found them. I've learned that kindness rarely feels efficient. It often interrupts plans, schedules, and carefully constructed routines. We tend to imagine compassion as something reserved for special moments, but most of the opportunities arrive unannounced. They show up in parking lots, at diner counters, on sidewalks, and in conversations we almost avoid because we're tired or unsure of what to say. As a Christian, I'm bound by faith to take that seriously. There's a moment in the Gospel of Matthew where people are fed, healed, and restored. What stands out to me is not the spectacle, but the attention. Someone noticed. Someone stayed. Someone chose to respond instead of passing by. That moment does not demand belief from the reader. It simply describes what happens when compassion is allowed to take the lead. We live in a time when opinions travel faster than compassion. It's easier to argue than to assist, easier to post than to pause. Rule 66 Kindness asks something different. It asks us to notice who is struggling without first deciding whether they deserve help. Hunger does not wait for agreement. Loneliness does not require shared values. Pain does not pause until we feel prepared. I've seen how small acts ripple outward. One meal becomes conversation. One conversation becomes dignity. One moment of dignity can change the direction of a day, sometimes even a life. None of that requires theology. It only requires attention and a willingness to act. There's a difference between kindness that performs and kindness that moves. Performing kindness wants to be seen. Moving kindness just wants to help. Rule 66 Kindness is the second kind. It does not ask for credit. It does not demand recognition. It understands the usefulness matters more than the volume. I think many people, especially those who feel disconnected from faith, have been hurt by loud versions of belief that lacked follow-through. I understand that, and I felt it too. That is why this work matters to me. Kindness that feeds, heals, and includes speaks louder than any argument ever could. I've been thinking about what it would be like if we treated kindness as something active, not optional. If 2026 became the year kindness took the wheel instead of riding in the passenger seat. That doesn't mean we're fixing everything. It means choosing to respond when someone is within reach. It means letting compassion guide decisions that, usually default to convenience. Rule 66 Kindness does not promise easy answers. It offers a better direction, leaving people better than you found them. Feed them when you can. Stay when it would be simpler to leave. Help without asking whether someone agrees with you first. In my roadside reflection, kindness does not need permission or shared belief to get moving. It only needs someone willing to notice to slow down. Rule 66 Kindness reminds us that leaving people better than we found them is always the right decision. In 2026, let kindness take the wheel, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Travel well, my friends. Have faith and good courage.